begin this morning on the Guardian Post in Cameroon and share with you what the major stories are, in that part of the continent. It says a woman wounded by explosive alongside 5 of her kids dies. And also, Nso Fon raises diva Adeline Benkum to music queen mother. Not sure what that is about. That's a merited recognition. You can see that on top there. Also, Tunisia, fear for Cameroonians as xenophobic attack erupts. Dismissed SDF bigwigs say they're committed to restoring democracy and justice within the party. We can also find here, I'm sure I wouldn't be able to pronounce that name. Corpse of Eden Media Group CEO arrives Cameroon. Those are the big ones I think that we can find this morning on the Guardian Post in Cameroon this morning.
All right, let's come back to Nigeria and see the Punch newspaper. On the front page of the Punch, Tinubu in clear lead. APC candidate files suits to stop INEC others from halting collation. INEC insists election credible, tells parties to seek legal address. Now, this front page is obviously were already made before the announcement, the official announcement at 4 a.m. this morning. Polls, fuel hits 300 naira to the litre as marketers halt loading. On page 19, 76% of CBN anchor borrowers yet to repay loans. On page 19, uproar as candidates reject National Assembly poll results. Obasanjo Partisan trying to truncate democracy, according to federal government. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has been very clear on his stance, has been very vocal during the election season. And I'm not quite sure, I can't remember who it was, Festus Keyamo or Femi Fani-Kayode, that had said that Obasanjo has lost the right to complain about the elections because he threw his mandate behind Peter Obi. Therefore, he's no longer an independent elder statesman because his alliances are elsewhere. So he should be treated just as any other party agent who's fighting for his party. Anyway, that's all that we can take this morning on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Let's still stay in Nigeria.
Still in Nigeria. Let's move to the Daily Trust. It says there, of course, more recent news from the Punch. It says on the Daily Trust, Tinubu is president-elect, receives certificate of return today, extends olive branch to Atiku, Obi, Kwankwaso. PDP, Labour Party reject results, demand Yakubu's resignation, and of course, INEC kicks. West African elders sue for peace. You can also find here, election violence, House leader Doguwa arrested at Kano Airport. Uneasy calm as new CBN rule on seats bank chiefs. And 4 days after elections, airlines reduce flights by 60%. APC maintains majority in Senate with 49 seats. And we can also find at the bottom of the screen there, a fire got Lagos Blue Rail Station. All right. Protesters clash at Election Result Collation Center in Abuja. Those are the stories that we can find on the Daily Trust. Just to quickly ask, Olive, would you be accepting the olive branch from the APC?
I'm here in the studio. I'm surprised. I didn't realize when they were handing me over.
They were handing you over? Okay.
Yes, because did I tell anybody I wanted to be handed over?
Well.
Don't I hold... I'm a Nigerian citizen with rights.
Yes,
I should not be handed over without my consent.
I totally agree.
Exactly.
But it seems like you're the bargaining chip. And of course,
very important.
As Nigerians sue for peace, we'd like to hand you over to the other parties.
Please don't hand me anywhere. Leave me here on News Central, Breakfast Central Television, Breakfast Central Show. Thanks and God bless. Now let's still look at the Nigerians here in Nigeria. Let's move to the Nation newspaper. On the front page of the Nation, Tinubu is president-elect on page 4. INEC declares APC candidates winner with 8,794,726 votes to get certificate of return at 3 p.m. APC Tinubu Shetima courts urge court to prevent stoppage of results collation by INEC. Yet again, Omituntu supports group that this is a Lighting Up Oil project. They've been doing ads. They did ads in the last paper I took. They have their ad here as well. Anyway, at the top of the paper we have 10 Senate. APC wins 51 seats. PDP 27, Labour Party 5, SDP 2, YPP 1, and NNPP 1. Polls cancellation call. Federal government, eminent Nigerians lambast Obasanjo. Obasanjo has asked that, this be looked into, and the allegations of fraud, inconsistency, irregularity, disenfranchisement, all of that be looked into and, deposed, maybe cancelled. We don't know how this is going to turn out, but as at the last update we have, INEC has said certificate of return will be presented to the president-elect at 3 p.m. We're just going to keep monitoring and bringing you election roundup updates here on Breakfast Central as well as on News Central. But that's all that we can take this morning on the papers. We have more papers we'll be looking through when we get to the second hour of the show. But for now, we're going to quick break. When we come back, we'll be looking at our top stories. Welcome to Breakfast Central on News Central Television. If you're just tuning in, it's been 1 hour so far of us exploring conversations around Nigeria, especially as regards the elections and the announcement of the president-elect. We're going to delve into that even further as we bring you election roundup Nigeria, but let's take you through the papers around the continent. We're starting off in East Africa, looking at the Daily Nation in Kenya. The big story this morning says, poll, Kenya headed in wrong direction. Public rates cabinet secretaries poorly, with Professor Kindiki leading with 27%. Report card, Kenya cites a high cost of living for their harsh verdict on the performance of President William Ruto's administration. In the survey conducted from February 21st to 24th, only 22% say the country is headed in the right direction, citing the prevailing peace for their views. See story on page 7. 60% of people who polled say the country is headed in the wrong direction. Puzzle as Matiangi goes abroad amid EACC DCI probes. At the right side of the paper, we have some sub-stories here. Job losses as Egerton drops 8 courses. We also have Nigeria ruling party candidate takes lead. Plot to kill Dutchman was hatched in police station. And that's that for that. There are some other stories, but get yourself a copy of the Daily Nation. Let's move over from Kenya now and head to Uganda to see the Daily Monitor. On the front page of the Daily Monitor, Minister removes evil iron sheets off his roof. Why me? Amos Lugolubi says he is not had peace of mind for using the office of the Prime Minister labeled iron sheets to roof a shed for animals on his farm, and accuses his critics of bias. Ramaphosa seeks more Ugandan coffee, cocoa, and this is talking, of course, of bilateral ties. At the right side of the paper, we have Mabiziri resumes legal battles after jail term. Vendors petition Museveni over dues. French court dismisses case against Uganda oil pipeline, and UNEP to release UAC results on Friday. At the top of the paper, we have current trends in real estate industry in Uganda on page 18. New anti-gay bill plan excites MPs. And the final story this morning on the Daily Monitor, Uganda vulnerable to terror attacks, and this is according to the United States. Let's move away and come back to the western part of Africa, looking at Nigeria in particular, and the Sun newspaper. On the front page of the Sun newspaper, of course, everyone is talking about the announcement as regards the election, and the big story there this morning says, presidential election, Tinubu beats Atiku Obi in votes volume as APC, PDP, Labour Party tie in the states won. APC garners 8.76 million votes in 32 states. FCT wins 12 states. PDP gets 7.16 million votes, win 12 states. Labour Party records 5.83 million votes, clinches 12 states. And these are, of course, the updates according to the results of the elections as announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission. There's an advertorial there as well. We have why Abia Charter of Equity can't be ignored, according to Mascot Kalu. At the top of the paper, PDP Labour Party step up pressure on INEC to cancel exercise and other fresh polls. I won't quit. That's a sub-story we're seeing there this morning. It says, I won't quit. Challenge results in court, INEC boss replies. Please arrest alleged syndicate over beavers manipulation in Abuja. That's all we have on the Sun. And let's go to our final paper this morning, which is the Daily Times here in Nigeria. On the front page of the Daily Times, West African leaders urge peace, meets leading presidential candidates. We have also at the top of the paper, presidential election results, APC leading as Okowa, Dati, ADC seek cancellation of 2023 election, demand resignation of INEC chairman. uproar as NCA jacks up tuition fee by over 100% to 13 million naira. 2023 polls. Abuja women storm National Collation Center, threatened to go naked. It's been mixed reactions, different people expressing their support or their displeasure as regards the announcement of the Independent National Electoral Commission announcing Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, as the president-elect. What are your thoughts? Are you in support? Are you against? Do you think that INEC conducted elections freely, fairly? Would you consider this a free, fair and credible election? Tweet at us at News Central TV on all social media platforms, and let's jump in on the conversation.